it's Ari. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be making a video for you guys, pretty much giving you guys my experience at University of Houston and pretty much a bunch of pros and cons, my experience, requirements, how I got here, what it's like living alone, and yeah, just pretty much a bunch of useful things for you guys because I know that there's not many videos on this topic on YouTube because I myself try to do research. So I hope this video can help you guys, but before we get into it, please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more of me and my content. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask because I reply to everybody's questions. Like, I've had people when I used to have social media that would like text me randomly about it. So if you guys have questions, do not hesitate to ask me. I will answer any of them the best that I can. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I have a list of notes, so just to make sure that I cover pretty much everything that I possibly can. If I remember anything, I'll make sure I add clips or leave it in the description below if I forgot anything. So pretty much, I'm a freshman here at University of Houston. This is my first year. I'm currently on my second semester. I have dormed here. I live in Cougar Village 1. I live alone. I requested a private room. Since COVID's going on, I don't know if they did this years before, but I know because COVID's going on, they do let us have private rooms if we request one because, you know, some people just don't want to be up under people, and I'm one of those people. So I do live alone. I have my own dorm and my own restroom. In Cougar Village 1, your restrooms are in your dorms. So instead of you walking down the hall and going to, you know, use a restroom, there's one right here. You do share it with a suite mate. I actually don't have a suite mate, so pretty much I'm the only one who lives in this big old room. I have my own restroom, and a big pro of that is I don't have to clean up after anyone. Any mess in here is on me, but it's also a con because if I mess something up, it's on me. So yeah. To get into the gist of it, I applied for housing back in February. This is when I thought that I wanted to go to this school. If you apply before a certain time, you don't have to pay anything. I know when I applied back in February, I had no type of housing fee that I had to pay. So I pretty much just came for, well, I had housing for free, if that makes sense. I didn't have to make a deposit or anything. Most schools that I applied to though, I did do LSU. I had to pay a $75 fee for housing because I thought I wanted to go, and UNT was $400 down. So this school, if you do housing before a certain date, you don't have to pay. I don't know if they changed it, but I know that's what happened when I wanted to go here. I did reopen my application over the summer because I switched from going to LSU to here. So I had to pay $60 because I had once closed my application. I know that if you cancel your housing application before, well, after a certain date, you have to pay $300. So yeah, if you do change your mind about this school, just make sure you don't cancel after the date because you will have to pay, and that's just the way the school is. So yeah, housing. Oh yeah, so to get my own room, I had to pay $1,000 extra a semester, I believe, to live here by myself. Housing itself is probably way more expensive than the tuition and stuff itself. So if you can commute, it's recommended, but also it's not recommended because living in a dorm does help you adult. It does help you gain some independence because mommy and daddy's not here to wake you up every day to do what you're supposed to do. So living in a dorm was very much needed for me. I've always been kind of independent, so it wasn't a big change for me, but I definitely love having my own space and not having anyone to tell me what to do. Cons of not living with anyone else is it's harder to make friends. When you have suite mates and stuff like that, it's very much easier for you to have a friend that you can stick to. I've noticed that with a lot of people that I do know here. People who do seem to have a person that live with them seems to have a easier time getting to know more people in college. I don't have social media, so it's also kind of hard for me to branch out, but I do know a few people who know a few people, so it kind of helped me meet a few people, if that makes sense. Okay, so let me talk about my requirements to get here. I got in automatically because I was top 10% in my high school. I had a 3.6 GPA, which was pretty good. If you ask me, out of a 4.0 scale. So yeah, I didn't really have to do anything extra to get into school. I didn't have to make a certain score on my SAT, but I did. You are required to make a certain score on your SAT because it does help you get into college related classes. If you make a certain score on your test, then you'll have to take like high school classes in college, and you don't want to repeat what you already did for free, if that makes sense. A lot of courses that you'll take for your basics, you might have taken in English, or you are pretty good at them. Me personally, my basics for my major are pretty easy. My years after this year will be more difficult because I have labs, I'll have other requirements that I have to do. So just keep that in mind. Do your best in high school. If you're in AP classes, take them serious, because why would you want to repeat? Why would you want to repeat that in college when you can just get it done? Because you spend a lot of money in college. My SAT score was a 1,080. I just did enough to say that I was college ready. I took it twice. I took it the first time, I made a boo-boo score, and then I took it again and made a 1,080, and I was like, I'm done, I'm not taking it anymore. I do kind of regret that, but if you take the SAT, if you can take it as many times as you can, please do till you get a high score, because if you do that, it's beneficial to you because you are eligible for more scholarships. A lot of scholarships require a higher SAT score. So I didn't get to apply for a lot of them because I didn't make a certain score. Guys, please, 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 if you are still in high school watching this, apply for scholarships. Oh my God, if your teachers are getting on your behind about applying for scholarships, it's legit, because college is expensive and it's hard to pay for if you don't have parents that are like doctors or something. So if you have the opportunity to apply for scholarships, stop what you're doing right now, open your computer and go apply, because baby, you're gonna need them. You're going to need them. I personally was blessed with somebody who could help me pay this year, because my financial aid did cover my like tuition costs, but my housing cost, I'm paying for that out of pocket, and baby, that's some money, okay? And that could be money staying in your pocket. If you have money that runs over each semester from your scholarships and stuff like that, that goes into your pocket. So apply, it's easy money. And a lot of your scholarships, they talk about the same thing. You can resubmit the same essay. So apply for scholarships, because once you get to college, it's very hard to find them. Very hard. Okay, meals. Let's talk about food. U of H. The dining hall, there's the Moody Tower dining hall, and then there's the Cougar Village dining hall. Yeah, Cougar Dining or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, I go to that one because that one is closed this year. Everybody that I've talked to that are, you know, sophomores or juniors, they loved that spot. That's literally right next to Cougar Village 1. Literally right there. But it's closed this year. So we have to walk down the little sidewalk thing to Cougar Dining Hall or whatever. The food there it's pretty decent for the most part. It's very diverse. There's food for different cultures and stuff. It's good. I know my very first meal there was kind of nasty. I don't know if it was old or something, but it was nasty. But the other times I went, the food is pretty tasty, especially the soul food. Ooh. So your meal plan, let me talk about that a little bit. There's, I think, 4 or 5 or maybe 3 different meal plans. I have the silver 24/7 one, something like that. So I can go to the dining hall 7 days a week and get food. There's also a meal plan that is like 5 days a week, and you can go any time of the day. The dining hall is open 24 hours a day, so you can go at any time you want and get you some food. So baby, if you like to eat late at night, it's open for you. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for food. I like to go get my own groceries because I don't like walking all the way over there. So yeah, who want to walk all the way? No. And it'd be cold and rainy sometimes. No. Okay, but you don't just have the dining hall for food. The Student Center has a Chick-fil-A, a Panda Express, and a McDonald's and a Starbucks in it. And then there's like a sandwich place in there and an ice cream place. So there's 6 places on campus that you can go get food from. There's also like a boba tea around the corner, and is it a Jason's Deli or something? I don't know. They're right next to each other. But there's restaurants you can go to on campus that you can use your Cougar card. You get Cougar Cash, you can get Cougar Bucks, Shasta Bucks, and yeah. This video is gonna be kind of long because I'm trying to explain a lot to you guys so you guys can kind of get an understanding of what's gonna happen when you get to college so you're not confused. So the Shasta Bucks I know you can use on like stuff in the school store, like shirts and stuff. Cougar Bucks you can use at like, there's like stores on campus that you can go to that you can use it, stuff like that, to buy snacks. I know Cougar Village 1 has a market attached to it. So baby, go to Cougar Village 1. It's more pricey, it's more bougie, but Cougar Village 2 is kind of hood. Yeah. So pick Cougar Village 1. Yeah. There's also, you can live in the student apartments as well. One of my friends, I was a freshman, was living in the apartments. They're pretty nice. They're called the Icon. I'm planning on living there myself this summer. So yeah, that's that for housing too. Workout places. Baby, there's a rec center on campus. If you have a Cougar card, you can go there. You just swipe it and boom, you're in. Go work out, baby. Get your body right. So yeah. There's also a park around the corner. If you don't have a car and you come here, there's trains and stuff that you can take, metro, so you can get around. Yeah, that's what I use. So yeah. COVID in school. So COVID has affected the social life of college drastically. It's a lot different than it was before. There's really no social events going on. There's still some games, but it's just different. It's not as packed as it would have been if there was no COVID. I did go to a few football games. I can insert some clips of, you know, football right here. And then I've been to one basketball game this year. I'm thinking about going to the one tomorrow, but our basketball team was good, y'all. Football, yeah. We're not gonna talk about that. So yeah, that is what I know about COVID in school. All of my classes are online this semester. Sucks, but it is what it is. Last semester I did have one in-person class, but it was like a class where you could choose to go in person or you could just stream it online. I just eventually started streaming it online because that class was early in the morning and I didn't feel like getting up. That was very lazy of me, but definitely if you can or want to do in person, it just helps you learn more. Something about online just in college, it just it also helps you like have social skills and stuff, so definitely recommend that. My online classes, they're pretty easy except pre-cal. How somebody asked me to answer this question of being a POC at a PWI. It's personally, it's not really anything that I've noticed as much this year because COVID, and on top of that, a lot of the people that I've met are Black. There's very much a lot of soul in this school because it is in Third Ward. I don't know if y'all know where that's at, but it's in the hood, baby. So yeah, it's not really anything bad. I have had a few looks sometimes, but nothing crazy because like well, a couple of my friends have had issues with white people at this school. I haven't, but yeah, everybody that I've met at this school that I've ever like talked to or encountered has been pretty polite. Me personally, when I first got here, it was kind of weird because a lot of people were just reserved into themselves because of COVID, so they didn't really want to talk much, I guess. So there was a few rude people, but now it's more social. People, if you talk to them, they'll talk back. But the only thing about college is if you don't have your little clique or friends already, it's kind of hard to make new friends unless, yeah, because people are already so far into the school year. So try to make friends when you first get here. That's my personal experience. Just try to make them when you first get here. It's just easier. And if you know friends that know friends, it's easier as well. But keep your distance because that's one of the reasons why I don't really hang out with anybody because I'm not trying to catch COVID. So yeah, just be careful because a lot of the groups that be hanging out in college be catching COVID. And I know a few groups. So just be careful and wear your mask, stay sanitized because we don't want to shut college down, but college is so far one of my craziest experiences. I got some story times for y'all. Opinions on my dorm. I love my dorm, y'all. I'm gonna do a dorm tour. I love my dorm. It's spacious, it's big. It's honestly just, I love it so much. Wouldn't change anything about it. It's amazing. That's the inside of my dorm. The outside, they have a lobby, like places where you could study. It's pretty cool. They have laundry mats in here. They had a gym here, but they closed it down because of COVID. That kind of sucks, so you actually have to go to the rec center if you want to work out. But overall, my dorm is, I like it. I kind of touched that subject earlier. Only thing is, sometimes people be running through the hallway late at night screaming and stuff, and you can choose what dorm you want. I think you have like a time limit. The only reason why I'm even in Cougar Village 1, I was originally supposed to be in Cougar Village 2 is because I requested a private room, and I think all the private rooms, no, there's some in Cougar Village 2, but I got placed over here because I know somebody else who requested a private room and they were in Cougar Village 1 originally and got moved to Cougar Village 2 for their room. But I was lucky enough to be placed here. So yeah, try to apply for housing if you're for sure about the school, like now or whenever it opens. I don't know when it opens because it was a long time ago, but just try to do that because you don't want to be put somewhere that you want to be. And I think you can choose a roommate because they tried to place me with somebody and I just could see that we was not going to be here. So that's why I requested my own room as well, because if I did have a roommate, I would want it to be somebody that I would want to be with, and you have that choice, I believe. I know that was the thing at LSU and UNT, but they just placed me with somebody because I applied really late. Okay, cons of University of Houston. Definitely the social life because of COVID. There's not really many social events. A lot of the events that they have are virtual, and yeah. But I recently started going to this Bible study, and it was actually really nice. It was a good social event. They started to like open it back up so it could be in person, so that was pretty cool. Another con is the class sizes. This school is so big, so there's so many people in your class. I know as a freshman, all of my like basics, the classes are packed. There's so many people in there. There's like sometimes like up to 200, 300 people in your class. That is the only really major con of going to a big institution, is you're not a priority to your professors. They try their best, some of them, but some of them don't care. They try their best to, you know, if you need help, reach out to me, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of them, there's just so many kids that you're just one of a dozen ants, honestly. So yeah, it's just harder to, especially with it being online, it's just harder to communicate with your professor the way you would if it was in person. That's just my personal experience. But the classes are very big. But I do know from people that I know that go to smaller institutions or whatever, or colleges, universities, blah, blah, blah. The classes are smaller, so the professors are more need-based and they help you personally. And they can actually watch your growth and stuff in their class directly instead of them just pretty much not caring. Yeah, but my professors seem pretty nice. I did have a really rude English professor last year, and one of my friends had a rude professor as well. So just be nice. And yeah, best thing to do if you need help is tutor or watch videos online, or just find somebody that's smart in that class. Yeah. One of the cons of being in University of Houston as well is the independence, because it's hard. Me personally, my background isn't, like me growing up, I don't have parents that are, well, for one, my mother's dead, and then my dad, he's not as financially stable as he would like to be, so it's kind of harder for him to help me as much as he would want. So that's kind of hard as well. So that's why I say apply for scholarships if you know that your parents aren't able to help you the way they should, because yeah, it gets hard. because you still want to have a social life in college. You still have to do things like buy your own food. You still have to pay to do things that you need to do. If you have a car, gas, yeah, just the independence. You just become an adult in college, and a lot of people are not used to being adults. So when they get to college, it's just like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? So yeah, pros is the experience, meeting new people, learning new things. There's so many people that go to this school from different backgrounds, so that's a plus. It's very diverse. I do plan on joining a sorority next year. I was going to join one this year, but for personal reasons, I did not. But yeah, just try to have a social life. It will help your experience a lot. But I had a lot of fun my last semester. Not even gonna lie. Yeah, I had fun. I don't know. I didn't really know people, but I still seemed to enjoy myself. So, the pros is accountability. That might sound like a con, but it's a pro because you are being responsible for yourself. Nobody else. That's important. You don't need anybody to. It just makes you see that what you do is your problem. Yeah, like it just teaches you that you have to become an adult. Okay. The only other thing is, it took me a minute to like remember everything on campus because this campus is huge. But yeah, getting lost is very much a thing. I did get lost going to my in-person class. It took us a minute. We were almost late. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, like it's not hard. College is not hard. So far, there is a lot of studying if you want to be successful. Also, I'm just gonna give y'all a couple tips. When you come to college, don't come to college with the mindset of, oh, I'm getting out of my house so I can do whatever I want now. No, come to college with the mindset of, I'm paying to be here and I need to get my stuff done at the end of the day. Your social life can come afterwards. Make sure your education is taken care of. Thankfully for COVID, it just helped me really focus on my studies. And I had a boyfriend when I first got to school. I'm gonna talk about that too. So I just really didn't do anything social, and it just really helped me accomplish my schoolwork the best I could. Yeah, so just try to do your best because your GPA your freshman year will help you a lot in your upcoming years, because if you mess up a little bit in your classes, when you get older, it won't affect your GPA the way it would if you just had like a horrible GPA your freshman year. My GPA right now is a 3.3, only because I did kind of boo-boo in political science, but we don't talk about that. I still passed, so yeah, yeah. So yeah. Another tip: do not come to. If you're in a relationship, drop it like a fly. Drop it right now. Do not come to college and be in a relationship. It's so pointless. There's so many men, so many women, whatever you're into. There's so many of you here. Don't do it. Yeah, and boys at University of Houston, they're gonna try to talk to you. That temptation, and you start seeing men. So don't come to college in a relationship. It's so pointless because y'all are both gonna start finding yourselves and realizing that what y'all had in high school, it ain't gonna last at all, because you just, especially if it's long distance, if y'all go to school together, yeah, that's different. But if y'all go to school apart, unless y'all really dedicated to seeing each other every weekend, it's just not gonna work. Don't even waste your time or your coins this. But yeah, overall college it's a great experience here at University of Houston. I was thinking about transferring when I first got here, but my overall experience was well. I haven't had any problems. It's just very expensive. If you're out of state, I know it's expensive, but yeah, just make sure you guys apply for scholarships and you stay on top of your stuff, and everything should go smoothly for you whenever you do get here. So yeah, if you have any more questions, please do not hesitate to ask me, because I might have forgot something that y'all may want to know, and I can always do a part 2 to this video. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you guys check out my last video. It was about my first day of school, well, my spring semester. Yeah, my first day of my spring semester. Yeah, so make sure you guys check that out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.